Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be discussing the Revolt of 1857, also known as the First War of Indian Independence. It was a significant event in Indian history and had a far-reaching impact on the Indian freedom struggle. So let's dive into the brief history of the revolt. The Revolt of 1857 was a major rebellion against the British rule in India, which began in the city of Meerut in May 1857. The underlying causes of the revolt can be traced back to various political, economic, and social factors, including the British East India Company's oppressive policies, the introduction of new land revenue systems, and the imposition of Christian values on Indian society. The immediate trigger for the revolt was the introduction of a new type of rifle that required the sepoys, Indian soldiers serving in the British Indian Army, to bite off the end of a cartridge that was believed to be greased with animal fat. This was deeply offensive to both Hindus and Muslims, as they considered the consumption of beef and pork to be religiously prohibited. The sepoys believed that the British were intentionally trying to undermine their religious beliefs, which led to widespread anger and resentment. On May 10, 1857, the sepoys in Meerut refused to use the new rifle cartridges and were promptly arrested by the British authorities. This sparked off a mutiny, which quickly spread to other parts of India, including Delhi, Lucknow, Kanpur, and Jhansi. The sepoys were joined by many civilians, including peasants, artisans, and other oppressed sections of society who saw this as an opportunity to overthrow the British rule. The rebellion was marked by several significant battles and sieges, including the Siege of Delhi, the Siege of Lucknow, and the Siege of Jhansi. The rebels were led by several prominent figures, including Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi, Nana Sahib, and Tatya Tope. The British faced tough resistance from the rebels, who were motivated by a strong sense of nationalism and the desire for freedom. Despite their valiant efforts, the rebels were ultimately defeated by the British, who were able to bring in reinforcements from other parts of their empire. The British also used brutal tactics, including massacres and executions, to suppress the rebellion. The aftermath of the revolt saw significant changes in the Indian political landscape, including the abolition of the East India Company and the direct rule of India by the British Crown. In conclusion, the Revolt of 1857 was a significant event in Indian history that marked the beginning of the Indian freedom struggle. It was a moment of great courage and sacrifice, where Indians of all backgrounds came together to fight against British imperialism. Despite its ultimate failure, the revolt inspired future generations of Indian freedom fighters and paved the way for India's eventual independence in 1947.